know, be make the phone more usable with one hand. So to me, it's made it less usable with one hand. I do feel like I'm not going to drop it as much, so that's always good. So back to the Razor. Jim says, I never really liked the flip phone, but I paid extra to keep the slide phone once it became obsolete because I felt it was easier to press rubber keys when typing than seeing the keys on a screen. But I loved my slide phone where the keyboard slid out from behind the phone. That's exactly what the Droid did, and that's why I stayed with it for so long. I loved the slide out keyboard. Loved them. And then finally, when I realized that everyone was getting rid of the slide out keyboard, everyone was going to a virtual keyboard, I figured, well, let me go to the iPhone now. I had already had an iPad, so it just made sense to me to go to the iPhone. And it's so funny now, I probably couldn't use or work an Android phone now if you paid me. It was quite a lengthy process of trying to get used to the iPhone as compared to the Android because it's different. It is definitely different. So some of your responses with paying for coming out with a new smartphone that's going to look like the old Razor. Jody says, my youngest son misses the original BlackBerry. People loved their BlackBerry. Marcy says, nope. So I said, what don't you like? And Marcy said that she's afraid it would break. Too many fancy things sometimes means more stuff can go wrong. Absolutely. If I know that Samsung has already come out with a foldable phone, and there have been issues. So if you just wait a little time, they'll probably work those bugs out. Mandy says, I actually still have my lavender Razor stuck in a drawer that I just can't get rid of. Just can't do it. But I'm relatively sure that I need a bigger screen now. I would look at it to see what I thought, though. Joe says, no way, my old eyes need the big screen. Joe also, another Joe says, yes, if it wasn't $1,500. Yeah, that is the sticking point. Just like the Samsung foldable phone is $1,500, so is this new Razor going to be $1,500. But like I said, since it's a foldable phone, even though it looks like a Razor, it's going to be smaller, more compact, easier to fit in those little pockets in your purse. Hello, ladies. It will fold out to a regular size screen. And when I say regular size screen, probably not as big as the current iPhones because they are just getting a little bit bigger and bigger. So there you go. That's your thoughts on the new Razor. I do still wish I had my teeny tiny little phone. But yeah, with it doing all the things that it does now, it would be hard to read on that because back then, you know what we used our phone for? Making phone calls. And then we added in the texting, and now it's just gone crazy. You know, now we don't even call people anymore. People, I mean, seriously, if your phone rings, what do? You're like, oh my God, turn it off. Turn off that ringer. It's so loud. So more and better and different and super more expensive technology is on the way. Remember when phones were free? Remember when you could just re-up your contract and your phone would be absolutely free? And then you got a discount for re-upping your contract. The first couple smartphones were like $200. Now there is no more discounts, and the prices just keep getting higher and higher. I can't afford $1,500 for a phone. To me, that's absurd. I don't spend that much on a laptop. My dog wasn't even that much money. And I've gotten a lot of use out of that investment, I got to tell you. She was $600 though. A lot of money. She cost me a lot more since then too, but she's cute, she's worth it. Today's blog post I'm going to be talking about, it is time to step up your game. You know why? Because you can do more than you think you can. This is from my Rachel Hollis Rise Business Conference. I'm actually even more fired up now than when I got back. And I will eventually stop talking about it as much. But you know I love my girl, Rachel Hollis. In fact, when she was an answer on Jeopardy the other day, I got so many people posting on my wall about the fact that she was an answer on Jeopardy. So I know you all know how much I love my girl, Rachel Hollis. And I will tell you this. If you ever get a chance to go to one of her conferences, absolutely do it. So worth the money. So worthwhile. It's going to help you feel so much better about yourself, and it's going to fire you up. Here I am a week later, still completely on fire. So the first day back, I kind of took to, relax a little bit. Then on Tuesday, was starting to fall back into my lazy ways again and talk myself out of doing stuff that I know I need to do. Now, I'm not sure if it's just laziness or fear of not finding the information I need, but I seem to hesitate often. This is one of my things. You know what I did? Yesterday, after I recorded my podcast, I just did stuff. I went through the list of things that I wrote down that I wanted to get to, and I did them. All of them. Wiped them out in no time at all. And that pumped me right back up. And I know that I can do this, and that means that you can do it too. If you've been waiting to start something, just do it now. The energy you get from taking that one action will spur you onto another action, then another. Just start doing something, anything. If you keep thinking about it, you will never get started. It's just too easy to say, yeah, tomorrow. Once I get on a roll like this, I end up getting so much more done than I even planned to do. And don't worry if things are going to be perfect. They won't be perfect. Almost never are things going to be perfect. Just start doing it anyway. Practice makes almost perfect. I was listening to the Gold Digger podcast yesterday with Jenna Kutcher. Anyone know that one? In one of the episodes, she talked about having 3 intentions for the day, just 3. She was talking about working your dream while still working full-time and having to take care of your family. So 3 things aren't that many, depending on what the items are. But just this morning, I knocked off about 5 things from my to-do list, all before 11 a.m., and I slept until 6 yesterday morning. This is actually from yesterday. I read it yesterday. I slept until 6 yesterday morning, and y'all know that's super late for me. My voice sounds a little bit better than it did yesterday, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, the coffee, I had no idea how much impact it really does have on your mornings. So now, if I do nothing for the rest of the day, I'm going to be okay with that. One, because I have my blog, which I'm writing now, which was yesterday, ready to go for tomorrow's podcast. I sent out a letter to the Mel Robbins show, who has already contacted me, so I'm hoping a follow-up will seal a spot on her show. I have uploaded yet another video to Ellen, begging her to have Tucker and I on the show, as I mentioned earlier. Meanwhile, I've done all my other responsibilities. I recorded and uploaded my podcast. I posted on all the social media outlets. I put a kick-ass story on my IG, so if you haven't checked it out yet, please do. So I think that I'm going to give myself the rest of the day off. And I did. And I wasn't really doing nothing. I have a stack of books that I ordered after getting back from my conference about how to get ahead in business. I'm halfway through Shoe Dog. Actually, I'm almost done Shoe Dog now. I've got only about 10% left. It's written by the founder of Nike. And up next, which let me tell you, that you would think that the guy of Nike who founded Nike would be, a gazillionaire. And he probably is now. But for the first at least 15 years, that guy made no money. No money. In fact, his company was so on the brink of running out of money constantly, he was fired by banks all the time. The banks would be like, I cannot give you $1 more of credit. I'm sorry. We're going to actually have to close your account and fire you because you're just not doing things the way we want you to. So it's a very interesting story. But it goes to show how much hard work it takes. This is why you have to live your dream. If you're just doing it for the money, you're not going to stay motivated. You're not going to keep doing the work. You have to do something that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that you will keep at day in, day out. Up next is now part of my 4th book club is Mindset by Carol Dweck. I have 2 more on the library waiting list and 4 more waiting for me that came from Amazon. So I have a ton of reading to do, and it is all business related. So I consider that part of my business work. Hopefully all the books will be interesting too. So try giving yourself 3 things to do a day. Just 3. It's not that many. And the ease with which you get through those tasks will probably spur you to do even more. If you feel like you should keep going, then keep going. Like I said yesterday, any information you could possibly want is on the internet. Use it for all you can. But if you are satisfied with 3, then stop there. Write down your 3 intentions for the day. Hold yourself accountable. I know you can do this. It's 3 little things. Now go get them. I believe in you. It is Cocktail Friday, y'all. Grab an adult beverage and cheers to the freaking weekend. Think about what 3 things you can start today that will take you toward your dreams. Have a safe weekend and go make it your best day yet.
Thank you for listening to The Hopefulist, hosted by Wendy McClure. For more inspiration, please visit Hopefulist.com. Thanks, and we'll see you tomorrow on The Hopefulist.
Ellen, have me on your show.